Click the link in the description for your free Amsoil catalog. It's time for a quick shout out to some of our friends. B&B Auto Sales, your muscle car connection in Brookings, South Dakota. Above the Notch Car Club, a car club for auto enthusiasts in northern New Hampshire. The New Hampshire Muscle Car Club, the largest muscle car club in all of New England. MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois. Visit mgmclassiccars.com today. Beach Hill Automotive in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, specializing in the repair, service, and towing of muscle cars and classic cars. Absolute Auto Body and Collision Repair in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. And lastly, I am your independent Amsoil dealer. Click the link in the description for your free Amsoil catalog. And last but not least, if you decide to advertise with the Muscle Car Podcast, this could be part of your advertising message. Well, good evening and welcome to the podcast. I'm really glad you're here tonight. Now, I have a robust lineup of muscle car entertainment on tap for you tonight. But before we get into all of that, I want to make sure that everything is working properly. So if you can see my face and hear my voice, I'm going to ask you to make a comment. Let me know where you're viewing this from. Perhaps let me know if you have a muscle car, what that car might be. Or if you don't have a muscle car, what is your favorite muscle car? Now, before we check into the comments to see the comments you're leaving for me, we're going to bring our friend Rob Hilditch on. Let's get into the right screen here. Hey, Rob, how you doing tonight? Oh, no. Okay. We can see Rob, but we can't hear him. Before we went on, we were working through an audio issue. So I apologize for the confusion on that. What I'm going to have you do, Rob, is this. We're going to check some comments here for a second, and then we're going to go to a video. And while we're playing the video, maybe unplug the headphones and we'll just do it like we were doing last week and see if we can kind of go through that. But let's check some comments real quick. And so we've got David at Alaska Railroad saying hello to all the podcast gang. We thank you for that. Also, our good friends Stacy and Art Fosler are saying hello from Platkill, New York. We thank you so much for checking in like that. We really appreciate it. Let's get right into our first video. Now, if Corvettes are your thing, you have come to the right place because we have Corvettes aplenty for you tonight. Let's get right into our first video. This is, pardon me, struggling with an allergy thing tonight. This is the Corvette Express car show out in California. Let's take a look at some footage. If you like Corvettes, you're going to love this.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, and you're watching the Corvette channel.
Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Scott. Today, Jennifer and I are going to hop in the Corvette and we're going to drive down to Corvette Express, which is a repair shop down in the Vacaville area here in California, and they're having their annual car show. So we thought we'd go down there, we'd take some video of the cars.
Yeah. So if you love Corvettes, hopefully you got your fix there. Good love Corvettes. Let's see how the audio is doing. How you doing, Rob? Oh no, I still can't hear you. Oh boy. Yeah, maybe we should just unplug the headphones altogether and do it like we were last week. And all right, now while that's catching up, because his screen is going to go dark for a minute, but okay, here we go. How you doing, Rob? Can you hear us? Can you hear us okay? Yeah, Rob, if you can hear me, why don't you yeah, we're struggling here. Rob, can you hear me? Okay. What I'm going to have you do is maybe log off and then log back in and see if that resolves it. But log back in without the headphones. And in the meantime, we're going to take some comments and look at another video, and we'll catch you on the other side of the next video while Rob's doing that. And yeah, thanks everyone for your patience. Technology is a wonderful thing, but it can be a pain in the butt too, and it can kick your butt like it is now. But anyway, David from Alaska Railroad says hello to Rob, and we'll pull that up again later when Rob's back on so he can see that. We appreciate that comment there, David. CC Hutchins says he's watching from Missouri, and we thank you so much for joining us. We also have our dear friend Don Farnsworth with us tonight. Had a great time camping with Don over the weekend at the campground. Had a great time. And yeah, thank you so much, Donald, for being on tonight. So let's get into the next video. I'm going to mix things up a little bit. We're going to go to number 3. I was going to do number 2, but I'd like to do that with Rob, and you'll see why when we circle back to that. But let's take a look here at number 3. This is a 2012 Chevy Camaro, and this car is for sale by B&B Auto Sales. Let me cue up that video here and take a look. This is a sweet ride.
Hi, this is Dirk from B&B Auto Sales, and today we're going to show you our 2012 Chevy Camaro. Nice car, come out of Phoenix, Arizona, so the underneath's nice and clean, not rusty or anything. We've got a chip in that aftermarket stripe. Somebody put white stripes on the front and the back. Front bumper's all good. Pretty straight car. Few lighter scratches is your biggest issue. No issues on the hood that I see. What I'm talking about is that's just some dirt right there, but like right there. And there's some lighter scratches. Probably the worst part on the exterior is the top took a little bit of Arizona sun, so got a little bit of fadiness in the top. And if you condition that, that might come back. As far as the interior, it's in nice shape. Got WeatherTech floor mats. 75,095 is the mileage. Dash is all good on it. Center console. This seat's got a few burns. Somebody did smoke in it, and it's got some wear right here on the edge. So that's be about your issues for the interior. Everything works on the car. Got the alloy wheels, good tread. Been through our shop. Oh yeah, right there. There's some clear coat that peeled off the bumper. And then these white stripes are showing some of that sun. So I cracked them a little bit. Rear bumper's in good shape. No issues there. Straight car. I think there's one little thing right there. It's hard to even see there. You maybe see it. So, pretty straight car, rust-free Arizona car. So if you're looking for an affordable Camaro, give us a call. This one's been through our shop, service, lined up. Comes with warranty, 3-month, 3,000-mile drivetrain. Comprehensive, which covers the drivetrain, air conditioning, suspension, steering, electrical, fuel. Also 1-year roadside assistance and key replacement. So give us a call, 605-692-7010.
So yeah, thank you so much to B&B Auto Sales for that footage, and those guys are great people to do business with. If you are looking for a muscle car, those are great guys to deal with. They can deliver right to your home, and they're really good about standing behind their cars. And Rob, how you doing tonight? I think we have audio now.
Okay, I'm doing good, Mike. Can you hear
There
me
we
okay
go.
now?
So much better. So much better. Yeah, thank you so much, and appreciate your patience trying to work through that. But so yeah, how are you doing tonight, Rob?
I'm doing good. A little too hot up here right now, but we're doing okay.
Sure, totally understand. It's that magical time of year. And do you have any shows or events on the horizon that you're thinking about being a part of? Or
We're doing a lot of flea markets right now.
flea
Last
markets?
weekend
Yeah,
we're at the Automotive Antique Flea Market. Great day Saturday, but with all the races on Sunday, very low crowd. Too many
sure.
races on TV Sunday.
Nice, nice. Well, cool. Well, let's do some announcements real quick. Let's pop this on the screen. We just did number 3. I wanted to wait for you to be here to do item number 2 for the announcements, and people will see why here in just a minute. But let's get into some announcements real quick. We've got the Texas Heat Wave, talking about heat. That car show is coming up July 22nd through the 24th next month in Austin, Texas. So if you are in Texas, be sure to attend that event. It's a great time, and it's great people that put that on. Also, our good friends at the Road Rebels Car Club in Billerica, Massachusetts. They do a cruise night every Tuesday night from 5 to 8 p.m. They had one last night, and I know they're working on getting some footage for me. Hopefully, they were able to get some last night. If not, I think they're going to try to get some next week. And then, of course, our friends at Corvettes of South Florida, they do a cruise night every Wednesday night. Corvettes, exotics, muscle cars from 7:30 to 10:30 p.m. and that's a great event as well. Now, one of the reasons I wanted to have Rob here, let me get to the right screen here, is because Rob was here last week when we had Art Fosler's Chevelle on, and I know that we were talking back and forth with Art about what did that car look like before the restoration and during the restoration. And Art was kind enough to send me some images, and I put them into a montage with some music under it. We're going to roll that here in a second, but I want to be clear that these images are not in chronological order. They're just kind of random, so it doesn't show like a progress of the project. But let's take a look at that. Yeah, so thanks so much to Art Fosler for those images. What did you think of that, Rob?
My video wasn't very good on that.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully
Yeah,
it was better for the viewers. I don't know what's going on with the technology tonight.
yeah, but
But
it looks like that was a lot of work he did in that. Oh,
yeah, for sure. He's put a lot of work into that. And of course, here's the finished car. We had that on here last week, and if you're curious about that, just wherever you're viewing this, go back to the videos and you'll see the whole video he sent to us. Did a really nice job with that video. Now we do have some comments coming in. A minute ago, while you were re-logging in, Rob, we had a comment come in for you from David at Alaska Railroad. He was saying hello to you.
Hello, Dave.
And then Dave is also saying he loves the Camaro, which is cool. And then we've got John Graziano saying nice. And I think that was probably about the project, but it could possibly be about the Camaro as well, or both. You never know. But the other thing that we wanted to talk about tonight is we do have a promotion right now with AMSOIL, and this is for the preferred customers. We're going to talk about what that means in a moment to be a preferred customer. But here's the graphic. If you order between now and June 14th, you get these 2 free can coolers. Anything you wanted to add to that, Rob?
That's only a $75 order. So
Yeah.
Even if somebody's got a motorcycle, order 4 quarts of oil and oil filter. That's $75 right there.
Get you right up over that threshold.
Yeah.
And those are good for sitting on the patio drinking beer. You stick your beer right in there,
Yeah.
and you're in business.
Yeah. And
then-
also by being a preferred customer, you save 25% on the product you're buying.
True.
So it's a good deal for the people.
In fact, let me pop that graphic, Rob, if you want to talk up real quick the preferred customer program and how that works.
Yeah, if you become a preferred customer, you buy directly from AMSOIL. There's no minimums, no maximums. You don't have to buy a whole case. You can buy 6 bottles of that, 2 bottles of that. Order usually $100 worth. You get free shipping. You get an average of 25% off. They give you $5 off on your birthday, $5 when you re-sign again, and you can collect points. Or say you bought 10 cases during a year, you can add enough points to get your memberships the following year free. So it doesn't cost you the $20 for the membership.
Yeah, so
And
there's
it's
incredible
a great
value
way
there.
to buy AMSOIL at cost price, and right now they're offering you a free gift for doing it.
Yeah, for sure. And here's yeah, and that's the way to get the absolute best possible pricing when you're buying AMSOIL, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. And then if someone is curious about AMSOIL, Rob and I made a video a few weeks ago. We're going to play that video at the end of this podcast. So if you're curious about AMSOIL and would like to learn more, just stick around to the end of the podcast. You get a much deeper dive on what AMSOIL has to offer and how to get the best possible pricing, free shipping, and things like that. But let's take a look here at what's next. We've got some footage right now, if you can believe, from all places, Eastern Europe. They've got what they call the American Beauty Car Show in Estonia, Eastern Europe. This comes from the Targo Cure YouTube channel. And they have this big parade, and it's all American cars, mostly muscle cars, of all places in Eastern Europe. Who knew there was an audience for that, and interest in that? But let's take a look. This is really cool.
I made it till the music, but which was the flame. I don't remember what it brought. I tried so hard to please you. At least I was thought.
Yeah. So a big shout out to the Targo Cure YouTube channel for that really cool footage from Eastern Europe. What'd you think of that, Rob?
Everybody likes North American cars. There was quite a
Absolutely.
selection there. I seen a new Mustang. I seen a new pickup. Checker taxis.
Yes.
Even an old
Yeah.
police car.
Yeah, for sure. And then they had a big Cadillac doing a burnout too. That was crazy. And it's cool too because not only were there a lot of cars, but there was a huge crowd on both sides of the road, and it's clear that they love their burnouts just as much as we do. Very cool. And the other thing that's really cool that I have to report about this is I have a ton of video clips from that event. So every third week or so, I'll have another clip from that event. So there's plenty more where that came from. And it's really cool to see people in Eastern Europe enjoying American cars just as much as we do.
Yeah.
For sure. Now we've got a comment that's come in. Now this is John Graziano. He was asking about that red pickup. I imagine from the Estonia event, and I don't recall that. Do you recall the red pickup?
Yeah, I do. The one with the long flatbed on it, an 8-foot long flatbed on it.
Oh yes, yeah, that must. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was or anything about that, but now that you mentioned, it, it was real long, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that you
Wells
mention it.
Fargo truck or something.
Yeah.
With the flatbed on it. Yeah.
And then David at Alaska Railroad says, "I had more burnout tickets in my younger days." Nice. So what you're saying, what you're gonna do when they come for you? That's how that works. Oh, also, David at Alaska Railroad, you were talking about going to that event over this coming weekend. Maybe the possibility of getting some video. I'm wondering if you'd had a chance to get any video with your cell phone. And the nice thing too about doing that, you don't necessarily have to be in it or be talking. You can just be kind of walking around with your camera like this and getting some walk-bys of some of the cars and walk-arounds of the cars. So you don't necessarily have to be talking or have your face in it for people who aren't comfortable with that. But yeah, let's see what's next here on the podcast. We've got before we go any further, we need to get some shout outs out of the way. So let's take care of that real quick and we'll catch up with you guys on the other side. It's time for a quick shout out to some of our friends. B&B Auto Sales, your muscle car connection in Brookings, South Dakota. Above the Notch Car Club, a car club for auto enthusiasts in northern New Hampshire. The New Hampshire Muscle Car Club, the largest muscle car club in all of New England. MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois. Visit mgmclassiccars.com today. Beach Hill Automotive in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, specializing in the repair, service, and towing of muscle cars and classic cars. Absolute Auto Body and Collision Repair in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. And lastly, I am your independent AMSOIL dealer. Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. And last but not least, if you decide to advertise with the Muscle Car Podcast, this could be part of your advertising message. Okay, so we are back, and we have a comment that's come in. Let's see, David says, oh, it rained that day, so he wasn't able to attend that event. That is a bummer. Very sorry to hear that, David. Hopefully next time. Hopefully you have regular events out your way. So if you do, and not this isn't just for David, but anyone who attends car shows, cruise nights, any kind of event that would have muscle cars involved, we would love for you to gather some footage for us. It's really easy. All you have to do is take your cell phone, hold it horizontally like this for a wide shot, and just walk around and get some footage. If you want to approach the exhibitors and ask them about their cars to get them to talk them up, you're more than welcome to do that. I do a lot of that, and I can give you some pointers and tips on how to do that. Send me an email, and I'll coach you on that. But even just walking around and getting some walk-bys, kind of walking by the row of cars, or if you see an interesting muscle car, kind of do a nice slow walk around of it, and maybe a shot of the interior, and send me those clips, and I'll put it together into a nice little montage with some music under it, and we can all enjoy it. I know if you enjoy this kind of stuff as much as we do, yeah, it's just a place for all of us to come and enjoy this kind of footage. So let's do that now. Let's look at some footage of pretty much what I was just talking about. This comes from Oswego, New York. This is from the Austin C Media YouTube channel, and they took some footage at the New York Hickories Park. I'm sorry, Oswego, New York, at the Hickories Park Car Show. And they did exactly that. They did some walk-arounds and some walk-bys, and they just put it into a montage with some music under it. And that's the sort of thing, if you want to share with me, we can do this for all of us to enjoy. Now, on the other side of the video, Rob and I are going to talk to you about there are ways you can do that and monetize it and make a few bucks with AMSOIL. You can wear an AMSOIL shirt or a hat like Rob is wearing, and we've got some other things to tell you about as well. But let's take a look at some footage real quick from this event in Oswego, New York, and we'll catch up on the other side. Yeah, so thanks so much to the Austin C Media YouTube channel for that really cool footage. And like I was saying, if you think you can a car show and just walk across the row of cars with your camera like this and bring us some footage, we would love to share it for all of us to enjoy on this channel. Now, talking about people who enjoy going to car shows, cruise nights, boat shows, motorcycle shows, snowmobile shows, Rob and I are big junkies of that. And if you enjoy this podcast, you probably are too. We're among kindred spirits here. Now, Rob's going to tell us that there's a way to monetize going to these kind of events. You put on a shirt like Rob's got. Of course, you want to sign up under Rob and I as an IMSO dealer first. But once you've signed up under that, Rob, talk to us about you go to these events. This is the big part of how you make your living is going to these events, isn't it?
Yeah. A lot of the events I have an exhibitor booth at them, but the ones I don't, I go and talk to the people who own the cars. And a lot of them I've heard about AMSO, just don't know where to get it. So I set them up as a preferred account for they can buy directly from AMSO. They get the best discount they can, and I get a bonus check every time they order. It's a really fun business that you can start off as a part-time and grow it into a full-time income. And by wearing the AMSO clothing, people will come up and say, oh, I've heard of AMSO. How do I get a hold of it? You talk to the right person. I can set you up so you can buy directly from AMSO. You know?
Nice. So for someone who perhaps is new to it and maybe a little shy, they don't necessarily have to approach these people. It's enough to just show up with an AMSO shirt and a hat and just be walking around and saying hi as you're looking at the cars, and people will initiate a conversation with you.
Yes. Even my vehicles, I have magnetic AMSO stickers on my doors. And I'll come out of the grocery store and there'll be somebody standing beside my car, and I'll think, did that person run in my car? And I'll go up and they said, my husband wants me to ask you where I can buy AMSO from.
Nice. And I apologize. My phone is going nuts all of a sudden. I don't know why I'm getting 1,000 people messaging me, but that is amazing. And then the other thing that I offer too is if you sign up under me, you get me and you get Rob. Rob has been doing this for 40 years. He knows all of the different business models. There's a lot of ways you can do the AMSO business. We're just talking about one of many right now. He also knows the product line. So you get that when you sign up under me. You get Rob and I. And of course, I have a big background in social media. And I can help you with that. I can coach you on the different ways to post and share things with your AMSOIL link and your AMSOIL dealer number to try to generate some leads and inquiries. I can coach you on how to generate leads and inquiries on Facebook and YouTube. Plus, I have Facebook groups and YouTube channels where you can go live from some of these events and just walk around with a camera and just kind of talk up what's going on in front of you as far as the different cars that are on display, interacting with some of the exhibitors. And during the downtime between certain parts of the event, you can talk up your AMSOIL opportunity. You can have your AMSOIL link in the description of that video where you're going live and your dealer number so they can order directly through you. You get all of the credit for it. So if you are a junkie of these types of shows and events, this is a way to monetize this and have just an incredible time. That's one of the things Rob keeps telling me about is that this is a whole lot of fun. You're making money, but it's an awful lot of fun. Do you want to expand on that a little bit about how fun it is?
I get to pick and choose where I want to go. So if I want to go to a snowcross race, a motocross race, last weekend I was at the Pinty NASCAR race. We had a couple of friends out there racing, so we give them. They wanted some AMSO decals. We put the decals on their car, and we were out there promoting the products.
Nice.
So it's fun.
Very cool. And you meet a lot of really cool people.
Yeah.
Good deal. Well, cool. Well, let's continue on with the program. We're on item number 6 now. We're going to look at a 1978 Pontiac Trans Am. And this car is for sale by our friends at MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois. Let's cue up that video and take a look. Yeah, thank you so much to our friends at MGM for that really cool footage. The interesting thing about that, no words were spoken during that footage, but with the rumble of that V8, no words were necessary.
Yeah.
How did you enjoy that?
That was in great shape, that car. Holy smokes.
That sure
I was in a
was.
barn. I was in a barn the other week where there's 5 of them sitting in the barn.
Five,
Don't look
amazing.
like that.
Sure. And that's very similar to the Bandit car from that movie Smokey and the Bandit. I believe that Bandit car was a 77. This was a 78, but I think there were only minor differences from one model year to the next at that time. And I like how he had the CB mounted in the same place where the Bandit car had it.
Yeah.
And he didn't have the antenna, the CB antenna mounted on the trunk lid. He had it in the trunk. I have a feeling when you have it mounted and you lift the trunk, you're probably banging the antenna on the glass or on the body.
Yeah.
But did you ever get into CBs at all? Is that ever your thing?
I had them for a number of years, but every time I crossed the border, I had to unplug them
Sure.
because I didn't have a CB license. But I could listen, but I wasn't allowed to talk.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we used to use them for the highway all the time to find out road conditions.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool deal. Yeah, I was real big into CB back in the 70s, and I still listen to it and into ham radio a little bit as well. But yeah, those were the
But now you
days.
don't need a license for them, do you?
For ham radio, you do, and it's getting easier and easier to get access to more and more privileges with ham radio. There's a test and everything, but it's getting easier and easier with every passing year. Whereas CB, I don't think you need any license at all.
No.
But you have to behave yourself, or the FCC eventually will catch up with you if you're causing trouble.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of profanity and a lot of trash talking on CB today. But the big thing that you never want to do, of course, is interfere with anyone who's trying to radio in any kind of an emergency. I think that if you did that, that would land you in some real trouble.
Well, they used to have a separate channel for that. 17, I think it was.
Channel 9.
Channel 9 was
Yeah,
it?
or maybe it was different in Canada. It's possibly it was different in Canada. But well, let's see. We've got some comments coming in. Let's see. Art Fosler says there's also the Lake George Adirondack Nationals Car Show the weekend of September 10th, and I'm glad you told me about that because I'm seriously thinking about attending that. And if you're there, Art, I would love to run into you and hang out and have a nice visit with you. And hopefully, you bring that Chevelle there that we saw in the video last week and this week as well. That'd be really cool. And thank you, Art, for letting me know about that. David Alaska Railroad says, I'm the shy guy, so he's not real comfortable in front of the camera. I totally understand. I actually am as well. I was very, very shy, but I got into radio and television in my late teens and early 20s, and that helped me through that, if you can imagine. But, you know, life is ironic like that. And then, of course, John Graziano says, yes, go Bandit. Absolutely. Who doesn't love that movie, Smokey and the Bandit?
I wonder how many cars they went through making that movie.
Yeah. Absolutely. Classic TV that was. So we're at that time. We've got a few more videos to play for you, but we've got to do some quick shout outs. I like to do that at least twice during the podcast because we have a lot of friends who support this by sharing footage and liaisoning with us, you know, with other people to get footage. So I love to give shout outs to all these people. And if you decide to join us as an advertiser, you will be right at the front of the row with these shout outs. That is just one of the many ways that we can give you exposure as an advertiser. Also notice the rotating banner above our heads. You can be in that rotation as well if you were an advertiser. And we could also do a 30 or 60-second video spot of your product or service that's related to muscle cars if you decide to join us as an advertiser. One more comment, and we're going to do the shout outs. Stacy and Art Fosler says they will be there. Your car is already registered in the show. Well, good. I am hoping to make that, and if I do, Art, I will keep an eye out for you. It'd be really cool to finally meet you after all this time. Let's do some quick shout outs. Catch you on the other side. It's time for a quick shout out to some of our friends. B&B Auto Sales, your muscle car connection in Brookings, South Dakota. Above the Notch Car Club, a car club for auto enthusiasts in northern New Hampshire. The New Hampshire Muscle Car Club, the largest muscle car club in all of New England. MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois. Visit mgmclassiccars.com today. Beach Hill Automotive in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, specializing in the repair, service, and towing of muscle cars and classic cars. Absolute Auto Body and Collision Repair in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. And lastly, I am your independent AMSOIL dealer. Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. And last but not least, if you decide to advertise with the Muscle Car Podcast, this could be part of your advertising message. All right, so we are back. How you holding up, Rob?
Good.
Good. All right, well, let's take a look here. We are on item number 7. This is some footage I got last summer at the June 24th Bethlehem, New Hampshire cruise night. Let's take a look at that, and we'll catch you on the other side. In fact, speaking to Trans Ams, you're going to see a beautiful Trans Am go by in the background as we're having a conversation. And one other thing, I've been mentioning a lot about encouraging people to go to car shows and cruise nights with their cell phone, hold it horizontally like this for a wide shot to get some footage. You're going to see in this video how I approach people to ask them to talk up their cars. Not everyone's into it, and when they're not into it, we just move on to the next person. But this is you'll see here how I just randomly walk up to people and see if I can get them to talk up their cars. This is how I do it. Take a look. How you doing? Nice Bonneville.
Thank you. It's a Parisienne.
Nice. Is that the one that was made in Quebec or for Quebec? Is that
They made them in Canada, but technically you're right. It's a Bonneville.
Nice.
Thank you.
Do you feel like talking it up? We're doing this for Facebook and YouTube. Do you feel like talking up the car?
Well, I got it from Walt over there. Drove in with that orange car you just see.
Yeah.
It come from northern Vermont near the Canadian border. It's in real good shape. It's got about 32,000 miles on it. It still gets to me though. The speedometer is in kilometers instead of miles. But I picked it up a few months ago.
Nice.
I'm enjoying it very much.
Good for you. Good. Yeah, when I was in high school, my girlfriend's father had a 4-door version just like that. Same color and everything.
Yeah.
Brings back memories.
I'll be darned. Really.
Yeah. Very cool. Now, did you buy this because you have good memories of these back in the day, or?
Yes, when I was younger, I started off, I had a 66 Star Chief. And then I went to a 70 Pontiac Catalina after that. So I've had a couple of earlier Pontiacs through my life.
Nice. So pretty loyal to Pontiac?
Yeah.
Good.
I like Pontiacs. I've had a lot of Chevys.
Sure.
You know how kids are. We go through them fast.
Absolutely. Well, cool. Well, good. Thank you. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you, sir.
Gonna get some shots of the interior.
57 Chevy.
How you doing?
Maybe I wanted them. I haven't tried it real hard. I would eliminate my problem. Hey, whoa! Nobody's going to tell him. I said, you can do this when you get done with that.
How you guys doing? Good. What year is this?
93.
93, wonderful. I'm doing video for Facebook and YouTube. Do you feel like talking it up?
Yeah, I can.
Cool, just like my name is and like you're telling a friend about it.
Yeah, my name's John Belmore. I live in Bethlehem. I've had this car for 2 years? 3 years.
3 years, yeah.
Yeah. I haven't done much to it. Just polished it up. That's about it.
Nice. Is it fun to drive?
Yeah, it's a little heavy on the front end. It's got that big V8 in it. So
Sure.
it's kind of hard. Yeah, getting in it. I'm 70 years old. So it's kinda,
I hear that,
my
yeah.
wife Rita.
Hey, Rita. Cool deal.
Quite a few cars here tonight.
Yeah, nice turnout. Definitely. It's pretty fast?
Yeah,
Good.
that's enough.
Fast enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it's plenty fast, yeah. Cool deal. Well, yeah, nice meeting you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Gonna get a few angles of it here. Yeah, so Bethlehem, New Hampshire, they do a cruise night all through the summer, every other Thursday night. They should be picking that up here right off in June. I need to find out about that so I can promote them. They're great people that run that. See anything you like there, Rob?
I didn't see the Trans Am go by, but you missed a good story there, you know.
Go ahead.
When the guy said, I had a lot of Chevys when I was younger, what happened?
Yeah, I should have followed through. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a setup for.
My dad always told me that I'd never get away with what he got away when he was driving. I can
Sure.
honestly tell my daughter, you could never do what I did in a car. They would throw you in jail nowadays.
Sure, it's true. You can't get
So
away
I'd like
with
to hear
anything.
some of his stories, what happened to him.
Yeah, you're right. I should have followed through on that. Absolutely. That was a perfect setup right there.
Yeah.
And it was well, we were talking about the Corvette. This really dark blue Trans Am went by. I think it was a 79 or an 80. And I have an interview with that guy too. I'll play on a future podcast. But that was a sweet car. But yeah, the reason I was mentioning that earlier is this is a show and tell podcast, a muscle car show and tell podcast, and we rely on footage from people who enjoy car shows and cruise nights just as much as we do. So that's why I was mentioning that. It's just that easy to approach people at these shows to get them to talk up their cars. I wanted to show an example of that, and I get too that people aren't always comfortable approaching people like that. But if you're not, that's okay too. Just do some walk-bys of the cars as they're in a row, or some walk-arounds. If you see a cool muscle car, just do a slow walk-around of it. Send me the raw footage. I can work with that, edit that together into a little montage, put some music under it and some graphics, and it's something we can all enjoy. Because if you're watching this, if you're this far into this podcast, you enjoy car shows and muscles, and car shows and cruise nights just as much as Rob and I do.
Yeah.
And why not have some fun with it? Share footage with us for all of us to enjoy. Then there's also the possibility of turning this into a money-making opportunity with AMSOIL, as we've been talking about. And yeah, you want to expand on that at all, Rob? Or?
There's the biggest problem with the AMSOIL, people don't know where to buy it. And my
Sure.
job is just to teach them where to buy it and how to get the best price. And the more people I
Nice.
sign up to buy it, the bigger my bonus check is. And after a
for
while,
sure.
once somebody's been involved in it a while, they'll approach me and say, how can I start making money on it too? I said, you can upgrade to a dealer anytime you want.
Nice. And that's the nice thing too about AMSOIL. Like you said, people aren't sure where to buy it. Everyone's aware of it and how incredible it is. It's considered the best synthetic oil in the business. It's gone through countless comparisons, and AMSOIL always comes out on top. It's kind of a pre-sold item, if you will, and people are just looking for where to buy it. And you see somebody walking around with an AMSOIL hat and an AMSOIL shirt, well, they might know something. So, approach them. And then, like you said, you're approaching people at the shows, and all you have to do is just talk up their cars. The cool Vet, what year is that? That's how I started that conversation with that guy with the Corvette. What year is that? And just get the conversation started. And if you're standing there with the AMSOIL paraphernalia on, the conversation at some point, maybe not with everybody, but inevitably you'll have some good, solid conversations about AMSOIL, and probably sign some people up if they have a nice conversation with you. They like you personally. The rest is going to take care of itself.
Yep. Yep.
Cool deal. Well, we've got one more video to look at. This is from our new friend at Classic Car Marketing out in Southern California. Now, this is a 1970 Oldsmobile Cutlass SX convertible. This car is for sale. Let me cue this up here and let's take a look at this footage. Classic Car Marketing Incorporated, Southern California's premier marketing company, is pleased to introduce this new listing offered for sale by one of their clients. This 1970 Oldsmobile Cutlass SX convertible is one of just 340 ever built. It is fully documented, and it's a highly desirable classic with just over 47,000 original miles and just 2 owners. All original 455 engine with automatic transmission, power windows, power brakes, power top, air conditioning and heat, and an aftermarket stereo to roll with your favorite tunes. Original paperwork comes included with the original sales contract. This is a rare opportunity to own an all-original rare classic Cutlass convertible. The contact information is on the screen if you'd like to inquire about this automobile. Aha, here we go. We have the mascot, the official mascot of the Muscle Car Podcast. And this was Daisy, what's the name?
Daisy Lou.
Daisy Lou.
Daisy Lou.
Yep.
Yep.
How's Daisy Lou doing tonight?
Yeah. All the way from Mexico, and she loves the winter.
Oh, she
loves
does?
the snow.
Good. Good. And how old is she, do you think?
We've had her over 8 years.
8 years. Okay, so she's not a puppy then.
With street dogs, so we found her from Pet Find, Ontario. But
nice. So she's not a puppy then?
No.
Okay, I thought she was a puppy.
No puppy.
Wow. Very nice.
All the time when I'm on the computer, she's sitting on my feet.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, she's the official mascot of the Muscle Car Podcast. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
I'll tell you a quick story. When we used to do the car shows in Toronto,
we
used to have models and that work with us. When we do those car shows in the fairgrounds, a guy brings his Saint Bernard. It attracts more customers than any model. People love dogs. They love dogs.
It is true.
Yeah.
It's true. Whoever coined that term, the dogs are man's best friend, no truer words have ever been spoken.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing more faithful or loyal or loving than a dog. Once they've bonded with you, it's over. There's no deeper love that exists in life.
Okay, Mike. We'll see you next week on another broadcast.
Yes, thank you so much for coming on. Appreciate it. And thank you also to the viewers. We've got one more comment. Let's take a quick look and then we'll close out the program. Well, I'm glad we did too, because David at Alaska Railroad says hello to Daisy.
Hi, David.
Cool deal. Well, that's it for tonight, folks. We'll catch you on the other side. We're going to turn it over to a little video that Rob and I made a few weeks ago about AMSOIL. So if you're curious about what we were saying through the podcast about AMSOIL, this is probably going to answer a lot of your questions. And if you want to get started, there's links in the description. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much, and have a great week. Hello, everyone. This is Rob and Mike. How you doing today, Rob?
I'm doing good. Mike, yourself?
Very well. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. Now, today, we're going to be talking about AMSOIL. And in a few moments, we're going to show you how you can get the deepest discounts, free shipping, and free gifts when you order your AMSOIL products through us. But first, I'm going to ask Rob to give you a quick description of what AMSOIL is and why you should consider using AMSOIL products in your motorized vehicles.
Thanks, Mike. AMSOIL is 100% synthetic oil. Everybody uses AMSOIL for a different reason. Some people like the benefits that AMSOIL is warranted for 25,000 miles or 1 year. The reason we can do that is because AMSOIL doesn't oxidize. It doesn't form the usual carbons, gums, sludges like petroleum oils do. That's why we can keep it in the engines longer. Petroleum oils never do wear out. They oxidize themselves. That's why they have to be changed at 3,000 kilometers. And AMSOIL likes the benefit that you only have to change the oil once a year. That saves some money. Some of the people like the benefit of AMSOIL is it's a slipperier type lube. By having a slippier type lube, it cuts down friction and drag. By less friction and drag, engines run 20 to 50 degrees cooler, better gas mileage. Now, AMSOIL says 25% more protection than the industry requires is in the AMSOIL bottles. My average customer gets about 10% increase in gas mileage. That's a big savings.
Yeah.
And by cutting down friction and drag, for every 10 degrees you cut down the friction and drag, doubles the life of the engine. So by having the engine run cooler, it makes it last longer. Some people like the benefit of the range of the AMSOIL. AMSOIL's flash point is 425 degrees, and it pours at 50 below zero.
Wow.
If you ever try petroleum oil when it's 10 below, it turns to honey. And in the summertime, petroleum oil thins out, and once it thins out, that's when it starts breaking down. So AMSOIL's an all-season oil, can give you better gas mileage, longer engine life, less maintenance. It ends up being cheaper over a year's time running AMSOIL than it is petroleum oils.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And AMSOIL is available for pretty much any motorized vehicle, anything from lawn equipment, cars, trucks, boats, ATVs, motorcycles, snowmobiles.
Yep. And a lot of people phone me up and say, well, what's the benefit of our gear lube? Exactly what I told you about the engine oil. It pours in cold weather, it runs cooler, makes the equipment last longer. And they say, well, what's the benefit of the small engine? Same thing. Makes the engine run cooler, last longer, better performance. So it saves on all the applications that AMSOIL has available.
Wonderful, wonderful. So yeah, let's talk now. Hopefully this has convinced people to think about maybe joining us in the AMSOIL experience. Let's talk about some of the discounts and free shipping and how that all happens. I'm going to pop a graphic on the screen. And yeah, by all means, if you want to talk people through how this preferred customer program works.
AMSOIL has a number of different programs. One of our main ones is a catalog customer, where somebody can order directly out of our catalog. If they order out of the catalog, they order $100 worth, AMSOIL will ship it right to their house. But our best program is our preferred customer. For only $10 for 6 months, you become a preferred customer, you save 25% on all the product. You order $100 worth, they're going to give you free shipping. You don't have to order a whole case. You can mix and match. Say you want 4 bottles of small engine, 7 bottles of 5W30, and a couple of gear loops. You can mix and match. You can order 1 bottle at a time if you want. There's no minimums, no maximums. By being a preferred customer, you save over 25% on all the products you're going to buy. AMSOIL sends you extra gifts, a $5 gift certificate on your birthday, $5 when you renew your account and stuff like that. So it's a good way to save on some of the products you want to buy.
For sure. Yeah, it's an incredible value. And this is the deepest level of discount that anyone can get when ordering AMSOIL. Is that correct?
It is.
Wonderful. So let's take people through the step-by-step experience of placing an AMSOIL order. Then that would include signing up for the preferred customer preferred customer program, so they can receive those deepest levels of discount. So let's go to the website. This is what the website's going to look like. These are some screenshots. Once you go to amsoil.com, there's a link in the description, or you can just type that into a browser, amsoil.com. This is the page you land on. At the upper corner of the page there, you see how I've circled in red. That is the link to click, the Join Now link. That will take you to the preferred customer program page, where you can take advantage of all these discounts and free shipping and everything that we've just been talking about. This is what that page looks like. In the lower right, you're going to click Join Now. This will pop up. You select the duration you'd like, whether it's 6 months or 12 months, and click Add to Cart. Now, once this pop-up goes away, you'll be back on the main page. And the upper left, you'll see where I've got that red arrow. It says Shop. Now you can start shopping for products, and on your very first order, you're going to get these discounts and the free shipping as long as it's over $100. You'll get all of these benefits right away. So once you click Shop, it's going to take you to the product page. There's different types of oils, lubricants, so on and so forth. For the benefit of this exercise we're doing now, I'm just going to click motor oil. It shows different types of motor oil. Let's click gasoline. Now this takes us to an item. It's their synthetic motor oil. And you can see the item there, and there's choices for different viscosities. But take a look at the price. Let's take a closer look. Let's zoom in. But if you've joined the preferred customer program first, you're going to automatically get the deepest levels of discount. That's what we're looking at here. You're saving $3.80 on that quart of oil. Instead of paying $16.29, you're now paying $12.49 for that quart of oil. That is the deepest level of discount you can possibly get. And then you just add the quantity that you'd like. You select any other items that you're thinking about, add them to the cart. And once you click Add to Cart for the final time, you're going to see this come up at the top of the screen. It's going to show your items and your the total that you're at so far. Pardon me. And then you just click View Cart in the upper right, and that'll take you to your cart. Take a close look here at the upper right. That blue box shows that you're getting free shipping. You're eligible for free shipping on this order because it's over $100. That little yellow box shows that you've got the preferred customer membership on your order. That gives you the deepest levels of discounts for the next 6 to 12 months. And then below that, you've got the items that have been selected. For the exercise here, I selected 9 quarts of the signature series, but that brings us up over $100 for the free shipping. We're saving $34.20. And if you're ready to finish, you click Checkout Now, and that takes you to this screen here. If you haven't signed up with an AMSOIL account at this point, just click in the lower right to create an account, create a new account. It's going to ask you for some basic information, name and those types of things. Now let's take a closer look. You'll see this gray shaded box. This is a very important box. This is going to ask you if someone has referred you to AMSOIL. And if so, please enter my name. My name is Mike LaPierre. It's spelled right there on the screen for the correct spelling. And also the referral number, 304-555-94. That's how you make sure that Rob and I get credit for this. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I have signed up for AMSOIL under Rob. So when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. So if you enjoy these podcasts that we're doing, this is a wonderful way to support the podcast, because when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. And the commissions I make go directly toward offsetting the cost of doing these podcasts. So I thank you in advance for that, for using my referral number. I very much appreciate it. And once you've done that, you just go into the next screen to enter your payment information, and you're done. Now, once you've placed your order that's over $100, and that order includes your AMSOIL Preferred Customer Program, you are now eligible to get a free DVD from myself. Now, this is going to be either a muscle car DVD or a vintage snowmobile DVD. Use the email address on the screen, wkspodcasts@gmail.com. Send me an email. Let me know which DVD you would like me to send you, the muscle car or the vintage snowmobile DVD, and I'll get that right out to you. As you're typing in that email, in the subject line, be sure and type in capital letters, free DVD requests, so it stands out as I'm checking my email, and we'll get that right out to you. So I guess the last thing, Rob, that we wanted to talk about is if someone is considering AMSOIL as a business opportunity.
Yes. If anybody has a retail or a commercial account and they would like to buy directly from AMSOIL, just send Mike a line. He'll show you how to set up, and you can buy directly from AMSOIL. But if you are interested in starting your own part-time business, a part-time business that can grow into a full-time income, Mike and I will show you the AMSOIL marketing plan. AMSOIL has a large selection of products that cover almost every application. So it doesn't matter if you're into snowmobile, boating, or ATVing, or hot rods. We have an oil for every application. It's a fun type business that's I really enjoy doing. Where else can I go and have fun and make money doing it? And Mike and I are here to help you all the way along. If you need any help on how to promote or to find new accounts, we're here to help you.
For sure. So when you sign up under that number, this 304-555-94, you're getting Rob and I as a team. Now, Rob has been doing AMSOIL for 40 years. Can you believe that? 40 years. So he knows every aspect of this business, and he knows all of the ins and outs of the products. So he'll be able to help you with any kind of product questions or any kind of questions to show you the different business models that you can do with AMSOIL. And then the other thing that you get when you sign up under me is I've got a strong background in social media. So if you need some coaching on how to generate AMSOIL leads using Facebook and YouTube, I'm happy to coach you with that when you sign up under Rob and I. You get both of us as a team to help you, to coach you, to support you, whatever you need to get you off and running with this business and having fun with it. Like Rob said, it's an enormous amount of fun. If you're like Rob and I and you enjoy going to any kind of boat shows, car shows, motorcycle shows, snowmobile shows, anything with a motor, you like going to those shows, those events, those races, this is a great way to turn that into a income opportunity for you.
Yes. And just by wearing my AMSOIL hat at one of these events, people come up and ask me about AMSOIL. People don't know where to buy it, and I'm there to help them, show them where they can buy the product.
Perfect. Well, cool. Well, this is great. Any final thoughts, Rob, before we wrap it up?
AMSOIL's a fun business. AMSOIL's been around since 1968. It was the first synthetic oil to be AI approved.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And that's very early in the game too, isn't it?
Yes.
For sure. Well, good. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for viewing. Hopefully, we've gotten you excited as we are about the AMSOIL products. We'd love it if you could join us either as someone who uses the AMSOIL products or to join the AMSOIL team as a business opportunity. And we thank you so much for viewing. Have a great day.
You have a good day.